Hello and welcome to Baduk One channel, and welcome to episode 6, path from 10q to first dam. And I'm playing white in this game, and my opponent played first move at k10, and then I replied symmetrically at l10, and now he plays this move. So interesting. Then I'm not sure what to play now, probably here. And he jumps. So usually, when you are playing a game like this, most important, in my opinion, is to cut your opponent's stones in the center. However, in this particular case, my opponent may cut me at 10 again, at j10 as well. But this way, game will become more fun. And now he played tanuki. He didn't reply. Then I will simply protect this cut, and we can say that white is already very happy to get a thick shape in the center. It doesn't really matter that black will play one extra move somewhere else. Most important is that we already have these 4 stones, and black stone at k11 became very weak. And this stone at h10 also not super strong, so I will add one more move here. And my opponent may continue playing somewhere else. It is okay. So again, when you have a game that starts in the center, it is very important to split your opponent and to stay connected yourself somehow, and then you will see later in the game how this shape will become very useful. So now I will continue playing normal game because I'm already happy to have this thickness, and in this particular case, since I already have this thickness, I will pincer this kakari, this approach, and he plays this move. So here I can play at n3, or I can play hane. I think hane is okay. And if he will play tiger's move, I will atari, but in this case I will simply extend. He jumps, and I will also jump. So in this fashion I'm taking some points in the corner. And again, since I already have this thickness, I can push and cut. Because I need to use it somehow. Okay, now I will play this move. Then maybe here. And now my opponent cannot really atari. He will atari, I will extend, and then he will have to play from these stones. So far, our opponent managed to make half an eye. Half an eye means that black has this eye shape, and if he will place a move here, it will be an eye, meaning that he will spend his tempo and it will be gote. So right now he has only half an eye and some eye shape here. And I will extend here. This is also important to extend. First of all, we are threatening to cut this particular shape, and second, we may atari. He will play here, then we atari again, he plays here, we atari, he extends, we atari, he plays here, and we play here. So we can ladder his 2 stones right now. This move he could always play, it is normal. And now if he will play hane, we cannot cut with empty triangle, because when he will Atari and capture 3 stones, we have to connect it R4 locally. Okay, so what to do now? I think I should continue blocking my opponent, because I can always capture these 2 stones, but these 2 stones are very small. They are super weak, and they are not doing anything big. Okay, I will play something on the top side. My intention is not to kill my opponent. Yes, and this is a good idea that he added 1 more move, so now he is totally alive. But we can see that white is building some kind of framework on the top side. And now I will play... What should I play? Let me first invade his corner. Aha, so he wants to make a moyo on the bottom side. So this move is usually played when our opponent emphasizes importance of building a territory framework on the bottom side. In this particular case, I can capture this 1 stone, and white is kind of alive already in center, which is always good. And one option is to cut this D16 stone, D15, and another option is to invade the bottom side somehow. So I have a feeling that I can invade bottom anytime. So first let me cut this stone, because this cut also makes this shape weaker. So he plays here, and now what to do? I can push. He jumps, and now I will extend 1 more time, because I do not want him to play tiger's mouth at D13. And here already I may consider some move on the bottom side, since my corner is already alive, and these 3 stones are not easy to capture for black. Actually, we can say impossible to capture for black right now. Then we can play something on the bottom, and this move is kind of attacking these 4 stones. Yes, so my opponent plays defense. He decided to make a base in a contact play, which is good for white settlement on the bottom side, meaning that black won't have many points on the bottom. So he plays here. Then I have another vital point move here. Okay. Now actually I can cut out his 4 stones. I can push, and if he will block, I will simply cut. If he Atari, then I Atari. If he Atari from here, I will extend. Since I'm seeking a base for my 4 stones, and also he already has this stone, I think I will do it straight right now. But also my opponent may resist and play this bamboo joint, so I cannot cut, and when I cannot cut in this particular place, then I will have to extend, and we will see how he will react. What I do not like in this game for black, but he played these first 2 moves in the center, and then he didn't try to connect them, he didn't try to separate white, and he simply played Tanuki, and he gave white this super strong thickness, And once you give your opponent super strong thickness in the center of the board, you can forget about building any moyo, because it will be very easy for your opponent to reduce or invade your moyo. And on contrary, you should try to make this kind of strong shape in the center always. But in case if your opponent starts to play in the center first, because usually I do not recommend you at this level to start playing something in the center, because it is a bit complicated. I mean, it is better to learn fundamentals first. And by fundamentals I mean that first it is much easier to learn how to make a living shape in the corner, how to kill your opponent's group in the corner. Also, my opponent, he may play here. I mean, he may play at R5, then I will have to play here. When he will connect, I will have to connect. When he may throw in, I will capture. He will throw in another side, I will capture. And if he will simply play Hane, then my group won't have two eyes. But the weakness for black is that white may play anytime R10 or capture these two stones in the ladder. Okay, so with this move he is actually running out, and let me think what to do. First of all, I do not want to allow him to play this kind of good shape, tiger's mouth, and I can extend, but I think better is to play this move. And now he will Atari, I will connect, and he will have to connect. When I can throw in, he will capture, and his shape will be kind of heavy. So I'm throwing in here. And now I can simply continue playing with my 3 stones, putting pressure on his 4 stones outside. And my opponent still will need to settle his group somehow. Okay, now he decided to play this move. Then I will first play this Hane, which is pretty big, and I will probably connect. So now my group from 3 stones, it became with very good shape, super strong, and I may consider cutting my opponent at this point as well. This is Keima shape, these 2 black stones, and Keima always has a weakness, sorry. And weakness of Keima is this place or this place. So I decided to play here, and this is interesting move by my opponent. Then what does he want to do? What if I will Atari? Let me Atari here, and if he will Atari, then I will sacrifice this stone and I will Atari here. On the contrary, my opponent may Atari here right now, then I will capture his 1 stone, and he will push, meaning that he connected his weak group, and it will be very good sacrifice strategy for black. And obviously it will be a big mistake for black to extend with this 1 stone, because it is useless, and he extended with this stone, which is also fine, I think. And now I think I can capture. So now this move is not a cente anymore. So my opponent won't break through from here. This is a really good move. My opponent maybe even will kill my stones here. So let's see what can I do. If I will play, usually we consider these 2 moves at d9 and at c9. So if I play at d9, when he will push, I will block, he will cut, I will Atari, he will extend, and he will cut me, and I will have 3 liberties. If I will play this move first, when he will push, I block, he plays here, I Atari, he extends, and then Same story. So we can say that he already cut me, and this move, k9, was kind of suicide move for this white group. Then what can I do in this kind of situation? First, I will try to probe here and to ask my opponent if he wants to play ko. Okay, my opponent accepted this ko. So now I play Atari. Yes, he captures. Then I may play here. And he pushes. When I play Atari, he has to connect. Yes. And now, what to do? Maybe there is some Tesuji here, so I push, he plays here. I Atari, he extends. Then I can Atari, but I will have only two liberties. If I Atari from here, and he plays here. Yes, and I have nothing. If I throw here, So I cannot find what I can do right now with these stones. I'm not really worried about this ko because I have ko threat 1, 2, 3 against his top group, so it is okay. Let me invade his Sam again and see what he will do. Aha, so he decided to capture. Then I can play this move. Oh, this is not a ko threat. Yes, actually it was my mistake, but my opponent, he didn't have to connect. Yes, because even without that connection, he was already alive. Okay, I will continue in this side. It is not really important for me to save this corner right now. So my opponent played here, meaning that... Okay, let me play this move. And when I connect... So let's try this move. And I believe this is still a ko fight. He plays with Atari, then I extend. And now we will have a ko fight. Yes, this one. So what can I do? I can push here. Let me see. Maybe I can live in center now and come back to this place. Okay, so he plays this move, then I will connect. And now he has no time. So... but now I cannot live in center. I have to spend another move here. Okay, I will spend the move. Okay, now white is totally alive. But problem is here, that he cut. So I will attach here to make a useful sacrifice of q17. And then I will play here, because I would like to cut out this group, because I need some compensation for waste of these stones. Now I can simply cut. So his middle stones are dead, because he cannot connect. And now, what can I do? I can play a couple more forcing moves around this stone. And then, since there is still agi about these two stones, I want to play something here. And my opponent, he wants to capture everything. Then I will simply connect here, because these three stones are not important anymore. I can sacrifice them. Oh, I'm not sure about this. I can capture these two stones, but it is really small for this stage of the game. Now I will probably come back to top left, because it is biggest move. Okay, he protected this agi, and now I will even reinforce my corner so he doesn't have any attachments. Now actually here he may push if I will block when he can Atari, but I can also Atari, he will capture, and I will cut out his big group. So he cannot really connect using this particular technique. But once he will add a move around this connection, I will have to add a move also. So far game is not bad. I like how black is playing. But I am happy that I managed to destroy all his bottom potential. However, he has a really nice shape inside this corner, plus he captured this group. And I'm not sure about this, what is he doing now, but I will just play Atari here, so he doesn't have a nice shape. So he decided to play this. And now, how to do? I can actually still play this move, and my opponent cannot really connect, because of the same agi that I explained. So if he will cut, I will Atari. Yes, this is correct for black to defend that cutting point, and now I will simply Atari here. And once black will connect, I will have to add one more move. Otherwise, I will leave echo, because if he will Atari and I will connect, then he will capture and start echo fight. And I do not want to give him these stones, because it is kind of exchange for these stones. Now we can see that the white made a really big moyo on the top side. I will probably capture this stone. It is not Sente, but okay, he answered, because actually this move, it was not Sente, but it looked like Sente. So this is the reason why I played it. And now I will simply play here, because I want to block my opponent towards destroying my moyo. And now I will simply try to enclose it as big as possible, inviting my opponent to invade. And since all my shapes are solid, I'm planning to give him a hard time. As I explained already, I have to answer this move, otherwise it will be double Atari. And here, what to do? I think I can cut. Yes, because I have this shape, so it is tiger's mouth now. Aha, this is smart, he attached. Then I will simply extend. And if this is also smart, I will connect here. And now he plays this move. And now I will try to kill this invasion, or to build some points in the center. So black should extend, but he plays this move. This move is not really good, because of there is a weakness here. And I can actually attach here. Also really painful for black. He plays this move. Then I can extend. Okay, I will connect with bamboo joint. Okay, let's see what will happen. I will sacrifice these 2 stones. So I think locally black is dead, but he may try to connect and build some second tie in the center, but it is impossible to make the second tie in the center, since white has too many stones here. With this move I'm protecting my weakness and I'm forcing my opponent to connect, but he doesn't want to connect. So he tries different stuff, but this move, it doesn't help him anyhow, because yes, he will have a forcing move, but problem is that I have this stone already, and my opponent did not connect these stones to these stones as well, so he cannot connect everything, this, and this, with one move. So it doesn't really help him anyhow. And here I will simply play this move, and black is locally dead. It is only one eye. So this is false eye. And this is a big pity, because black is actually dead in Gote right now. So what can I do here locally? I can play this Atari. If I will play this Atari, he will play here. Then I may squeeze him, which is also good. And then I will force him to capture my stones, which is also good. So this is kind of power of dead stones, how to sacrifice them correctly. So first of all, I play this squeeze, which is good for Yose. And second, I will play this Atari, and now I have to play some big Yose move. But first I will protect this area, so black cannot really break through, because once you kill something big, you do not want to play greedy. You want to play effective and solid. So I play it effective, and now I'm playing solid. I'm sacrificing these 3 stones, because they actually are separating not interesting groups. And before sacrificing them, we can use some edges. For example, this Atari, because these 3 stones take liberties from these 2 stones, so I can play this Atari. And also this move, because it threatens to connect. And if black will play this move, then I will simply play bamboo, which will threaten to play Atari at b11. Okay, so now black still threatens to capture my stone, and I will play here, and we can see that if black doesn't want to capture these 3 stones, he has to connect. So he connected. And what to do? I think I can play here. And something like this to connect this 1 stone. So he plays this move. Now I have to play here, and he will play descent. Oh wow, he plays this move. Then I can connect this stone, because it is bigger than playing Gote, because white is actually totally connected. And this doesn't really work, because white is already alive. Okay, he plays this, as I said, but white already has an eye inside the corner, so all he's throwing in right now won't help him, because white simply has too many eye space. But if white would not play this move at k1 or r1, then black would kill everything by playing here at s9. But in this particular case, since I already exchanged this, I already have an eye. And now, since he captured, I must throw in from this side, and it is still 1 eye plus 2 false eyes. Actually, this doesn't really work because black doesn't have any eye space here, so white can simply connect. Now this Atari, I have to answer. Black may throw in locally to play some Yose to try, but of course his group is dead in the center. So he still can reduce a little bit here and a little bit in the center. Okay, finally he connected, but I will simply avoid giving him two eyes. I mean, I will simply avoid allowing him second eye shape. And as I said before, he cannot connect all stones with one move. So, and I also invested into this move in order to keep all my stones connected. So black is totally cut and totally dead. Actually, this Atari is not important. I can even sacrifice this one stone to show you that it will only make another false eye for black. So black still, even after capturing, he won't have two eyes. I mean, only one eye on the top. All this doesn't work. This is Gote. Black thinks that he may connect on the first line, but I can actually block without any problem. But okay, I will play here myself.
Upgrade successfully.
Okay.
Congratulations.
So my opponent resigned. And now I got 8Q. Now let's review this game and put coordinates. So my opponent started from this move and I decided to play same kind of move, symmetrical, and when he played this move, which I do not really understand, I think locally if black wants to continue to play in the center, it is better to play here. Now it is obvious that black two stones, first of all they are stronger than white stone, and even if white will add one more move, then we can see that black two stones, they have a bigger area behind them. But anyway, I just want to show that the connection is important between your stones. And this move, it is still okay. But then after this push, he played this move. And I'm not sure about this one. So I think it is better just to play here to keep his stones connected. Maybe to play this Hane. And if I Atari, then he can Atari and connect. When white will go out, black will connect and steal some kind of fun, kind of fight. But in our game he played this when I played here and he didn't cut. So probably because of ladder. And he decided to play... Oh, maybe this was a ladder breaker, by the way. And at the same time it was Takamoku enclosing a corner. Interesting. So if I will play somewhere else, now he can cut, and if I will try to ladder, we can see that his stone is working as a ladder breaker, and black will save. So I didn't think about it in the game, I just decided to protect, because I was explaining you how important it is to stay connected in the center. And later my opponent played here, and again, if I will play something like this, I didn't like that this move will be kind of forcing, because if I will not reply locally, he may play this move. And if I Atari, he may Atari here. So he will kind of get a thick shape in the center. Of course it is at this stage of the game much more profitable to take 1 and 3, but I just decided to keep my thickness thick, not to leave any weaknesses behind. And then he played another empty corner, which is good, and I also started entering empty corners. Then he played approach, and since I already have some stones here, I can play aggressively. And I pincered, then he played this move, and I decided to Hane, which is okay. With this move I'm showing my opponent that I'm kind of allowing him to still play this kind of attachment and try to settle somehow. But with my Hane I'm emphasizing priority for white to build something on the top side. So my opponent connected, then I extended, and he played jump. Jump towards the center is never a bad move, so it is okay. And now I also jump, but there is a difference between white jump and black jump. Difference is that white is building points and black is not building points. Also black is not making a base. But anyway, jump is always good. And then he attached here, and again, since I already have this thickness, I wanted to show you that when you do have a thickness, you may play very aggressively. So normally, probably I would play here, and black may play this move, then maybe something like this. But since white already has these stones, I decided just to cut, push and cut. And now he plays this move, and if white will extend from this side, then black will Hane, and this is really painful move, because white cannot block, because black will capture 2 stones, and if black will capture these stones, the idea of these stones will be lost. They will be kind of wasted moves, because they will cut nothing. So for this reason, I decided to protect this weakness, and again, if he will play here, the only way for white is to play this move, to make a bad shape, and then black may even consider to play something like this. And white cannot Atari from the top side, because after this, white still has to connect, and then black will capture 5 stones, because white doesn't have time to do anything, meaning that it's a really bad side. So white can Atari from here, then black will extend, and white will connect, and But in this case, black may have problems because his group is kind of enclosed. So maybe just attach here, and if white will play this attachment, black can push, white can play here, black can extend, white will extend, and then this way white looks locally dead to me, because if white will extend, black will play this honey and then here, and this is a false eye, and even if white plays this move, we can see that it is false eye. So probably white should first play this move, and after black will connect, white may play here. And white is actually already alive, but let's try. So if black will secure that he is not dead himself, and white will answer somehow, then if black will play this way, then this is alive. But what if black will play here directly, threatening to play Atari? Then if white will answer, then white is dead. And if white will extend, then black may play Atari, and it looks also dead. However, I'm not sure that it is dead. White will connect. No, it is actually alive, because black cannot take second eye. If black will play here, white can simply play Atari. So white will have two eyes. So in this particular case, after this move, white should not connect solidly, because if white will connect solidly, black will simply play honey, and we can see that white doesn't have a space for two eyes. Here black can simply play at 18. So this is that shape. Okay, it was a brief Tsumego, so now let's come back to the game. So I played this move to avoid all the problems with my group. When he played here, and I extended, and when he played here, then I play Hane, which is normal. He extends, I extend, he plays empty triangle, I threaten to cut. Actually, okay, it is a threat. It is a threat, but black could first play something. Black actually may try something severe here. He may play here. If white will connect, he may play here. And if white will connect, then black can cut out these stones. Then white can capture two stones. I mean cut 3 stones on the top. And then still black is not dead, because he may play here. And then he even may make one eye. And white is dead, because this is called an eye against no eye. So we can see here that white has no time to Atari. Even black can play elsewhere. If black will spend another move and white will play here, black will just add another move, and white cannot play here because of Damazunari. So there is some agi. And if white will play here, then black will be happy to cut. Then white will answer. And then what to do? If capture, then white will cut. Play here. I think white will leave, because black also has some problems on the outside. So if black will spend some moves, then first of all... Oh, excuse me. we should not forget about this ladder that I mentioned during the game. And second, if black will protect this cut, then what to do? Play here, and this move, and yes. So white will be alive and black will have problems. But okay, I played here and black didn't try fancy stuff that I was just showing, and he blocked when I connected, and he played here. I played this move and he jumps. Now I play here, he plays this exchange. And now locally, if white will play this move, black is locally dead. But problem is that black has a lot of space to run. Plus this move, if white will try, just let me show. First of all, this move is Sente. Then this kind of move is also Sente. And then black may try to counterattack this group of white. So I didn't want to play this way. And I just decided to play Tanuki. So first I blocked him here, and even now he is dead. If I add a move, I mean locally, black cannot make twice, but let's see what he can do. He can still play here. Same variation as in the game. When if he plays here, it doesn't really help. He is already dead. And if he will play here, there is still a ladder. Then what can he do? And he cannot break through from here, right? He cannot cut because it will be ladder as well. And I believe he cannot break through here, because I will simply play this move. So looks like black was dead, but anyway, I didn't want to kill his group in the beginning because he would resign most probably, and then it would be very short game, not really interesting. So I let him leave in Gote. He had to add this move, and I invaded, and here usually black plays this move, or extend, or playing Keima. So he decided to play what he played. I cannot say that it is kind of mistake, it is normal, because first of all leathers, white is too strong in the center, all leathers here work for white, and white can cut everything. So this is kind of normal that black first protects his bottom, but here of course I expected that he will protect, then I will jump, then he can probably attach here, and something like this to build a bigger wall, and on some point white will have to invade. But in our game he played this move, and I can simply capture this stone, and white is already alive. White is alive in Sente, and then I cut here because black was still weak. And then after these three moves, I decided to enter the bottom side. So if we go back a little bit, and let's say we will play a simple Joseki here. So something like this, right? So if white will play this old style 6-7 exchange, then black became super strong on the bottom, and white doesn't really know how to invade. Probably white will reduce, which is also okay. So the thing is that black wants to make a wall here, and but my opponent, he let me capture, and then he plays this move, which is really good locally, but white can cut. And after this extend, Again, my priority was to leave somehow on the bottom side to destroy all his points here. So this is why first I cut, then I push couple times, and then I switch to this move. And then he played here, and I threaten something. When I play here, actually this is better for white, because it doesn't take extra liberty from these free stones. And I can continue playing here, and if he will turn, then I will still play this, and I can continue giving pressure on his stones. And on some point, once black will be already alive, for example, at this point, black looks already alive. White should be aware of this attack of the bottom group. There is a local call that we also had in this game. Plus, white may try to cut here. Something like this is possible. So what to do? Maybe connect here, but then white can cut from this side. Meaning that black maybe black should add the move here, for example, pip, and if white will connect, then still problem, because white can cut. Yes, so it doesn't really work. What about this? Yes, so this cut is really big. Cut at 15. So black cannot really try to do something hard. Okay, in the game it was kind of same. When I throw in and extend, and locally black has to play something here, and the only move for white is to play here, and then black can come back to his move. And locally white cannot really cut, because black has still opportunity to play 5. Actually, in a real game I missed this move, and it was a brilliant move by black. So what happened in our game? I just played solidly here. Normally white should extend, but I just wanted to show you this cut in game. Normally white should extend, and black will extend, white extends, black extends, white extends, and when black is center, so for example black will fix his cut, connect solidly, then white will make a base on the bottom side. So normally it is something like this, and whole black center is still not alive, and already destroyed all points, and very weak group. So probably white should play like this, but I decided just to show you this cut, and then I missed this move. And when I played this Atari, and the black could play here, and if I capture, he can push. So locally he can connect to outside, but he chose even better move to play here. And now I was of course thinking about the jump, but if I jump he can still play this. Problem is that my jump doesn't kill his group, and he will play this move, then I will capture, and he will connect his stones, then I will still have to settle. But now black stones in the middle, first of all black is center, and second, black stones in the middle are not weak anymore. We already have eye space. So this is why I chose to capture, and then my opponent killed my stones. So in the game I played here and he played this move. And now nothing works for white if I play here. Excuse me. And white is short on liberties. White cannot do anything here. Black is totally connected. So I didn't want to play anything like this. And if white will play Atari from another side, also it doesn't give anything to white. White is dead. So black doesn't even need to play any fancy stuff. Black simply connects and white is dead. So this move is really nice, it captures white, and even this move was really nice, and even this move, not this, but before, this G11, yes, G11 was really nice. So these three moves played by black were super cool, and what can I say? Black did a great job by settling his bottom group and connecting it to left one and capturing these stones. And white still has unsettled bottom group, but I can anytime connect here. But when black will play and white group doesn't make any points, so I didn't really like this. And since he cut my stones, I was looking for the opportunity to cut his stones as well. And so after this, I started this call, which is actually not important for black. And okay, he connected, and then I didn't want to spend another move, because if I will capture here, yes, I'm connected, but then black can play still here, and he is making points, and white is not making points, so I don't like this. And then on some point I decided to invade, because again my intention is to capture his central stones, but in order to capture his central stones I need to get some moves at M line. But problem is that if I will start playing at M line at first, then I'm afraid, first of all, I do not see which move to start with, and second, I'm afraid that my opponent, he can simply connect, and not only connect, but also problem is that once he will get more stones here, his corner will become more difficult to invade. So this is why I started with invasion inside the corner when he played this call, and then I played this move, which was mistake. So now actually black may play here, and if white plays here, it is not a false eye, because locally black is alive. White cannot play, excuse me. White cannot play any move, because this is 2 eyes. So I misread, and my Sagari was a false Kofret. It didn't really work, so it was a big mistake by White. But this move was not a waste, because later it helped White to deal with this move at R5. But anyway, timing of this move was not the best, because my opponent could simply kill this corner and it would be very big. So, okay, here I decided to play here, and then he connected. Then I think if I will simply connect, then it is still co-fight, because if I will connect now, oh, really? It was mistake. White is already alive because of this move. Yes, so again, I made another mistake here in the corner. I could simply connect, and this move doesn't kill. And if he plays Hane, then I can still play here. So, interesting. I just played this move. Then he Atari, I play here, and it was dangerous. I had to spend some Kofrets, and then I lost this. So, if I would simply play connect, and he would capture, I would play here. But maybe he doesn't need to capture. I think if he plays here, for example, then, but it is same. Now I still can connect. So if he plays here, White is still alive. Yes, so it was a big mistake again. And because of that, I lost these cornerstones. Then I had to leave and gote. Yes, and he cut. But it is okay, it is playable, because first of all, White has a big potential on the top side, and all black stones are kind of too close to each other. Plus, this group can be attacked. So it is kind of playable, but of course locally loss is huge for White, and especially because White made stupid mistakes with that Kofret and with playing in this life and death situation. Okay, but then I must accept these mistakes and move on. So first I need to sacrifice this stone effectively at Q17. This is why I attach. So my opponent thinks that I'm trying to save it. So he played here, and then I jump. I could actually exchange this first, which is also okay, and jump later. Maybe this is more correct way. I jump, and now he starts to run away, and then I start to block him, and he made the big mistake with this Hane. Because with this Hane, he captures my 2 stones, but then I can cut. What should he do instead? I think first of all, Black doesn't have time to cut. Black should continue going out. And if we will play this way, then on some point White cannot cut. But I think that White will play differently here. At this stage, White can play this move. But then, how to do? Black has this move, kind of center. Also, Black has to keep in mind that White has to keep in mind that this group is not yet alive. So If black plays something like that, and white will come back to protect this cut. Let's change the timing, and for example, at this stage, so 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm not sure that it works for black, because white can still play here and this center, and then white may connect here. But then black can play this, and what? Yes, this is complicated. Because this white shape is not bad. Then, okay, maybe still, maybe skip this right now, because it ends with getting liberty. So maybe play this move, and what to do now? Something like that. And I think black is alive here. However, there is a move. White may capture, but black is still alive. So black could try to leave somehow locally. But anyway, even if black leaves in this way, white's moy on the top is too big. Plus, because of white get all these stones, white can even play here and make all this territory. Okay, so here I cut, then this doesn't work. And now I play here to use agi of 2 stones somehow. And actually, locally, I could exchange. If I play Atari, then I play Atari and my opponent cannot connect. Meaning that, I don't know, here he probably should Tanuki and play something big, like something here. What if I would Atari from another side? What if I would Atari from here? Then he would simply connect, and if I push, then he Atari, I play here and he Atari. Then I can play double Atari, but it is not big to capture these 2 stones in Gote. So this is why I played Tanuki at this stage. I didn't really want to spend time playing with this. This is too small and this is too big because there is a moyo on the top side. And then my opponent, he protected this weakness, which is still small. I think he should try to do something on the top side right now. But how? I'm not sure how. Probably still with attachment. Actually, while white has only 2 stones in the corner, black may try to do something more effective than it was in the game, because in the game white got another supporting stone that was reducing opportunities of black to do something in the corner. So let's find the good point. What if black will Tanuki right now? What if black plays here? If white will approach, then black can always play some. If white will protect, then black can always come back to this move and then exchange attachment. Then maybe exchange this. Maybe try to leave locally, or maybe to try to run fast somewhere to this stone. But problem is that white is too thick in the center as well because of this panuki. Aha, but there is another weakness for white, this cut. So maybe this move, but then white can still play here. But in this scenario, black already got strong stones outside, and this honey is kind of important because, for example, if white will tanuki and capture this stone, and then black can cut here, and then white will have to come back and leave, and black already became very strong, so maybe can leave. I'm not sure, I'm just showing you different how to use different edges, different opportunities. Maybe something more direct to play here. And for example here. I don't know, it looks to me that black can settle on the top side. And if black, let's say black settles somehow on the top side, and then what white will have? How many points? So about 5 points here on the right side. If black plays this reduction, maybe not 5, maybe 7, because also white captured 2 stones. So like 7 points, maybe 10, maybe 15 with this corner. So like 25. So 7 dead stones is 14. And about 20 more, so kind of 35. So 35 and 15, 50, and 10 here, 60, 63. Around 63 for white, which is pretty big. And let's say that black will manage to build even some territory on the top, let's say 10 points, 14, let's say 40, something around 60 points. So, I mean, my point is that white would probably win this game because of Komi and because white would have more force in moves against top group and try to get 5-10 points extra. But black can try. And also, on some point, I believe black will have to come back and protect this weakness. Because in Yose stage, it would be really big. Okay. Okay, what happened in our game? When I really played all these moves, now white's corner top left became super strong. And there is Panuki here. And we can say that there is only one weakness in the white structure. This pip and something around here. And still my opponent, he tried to play something locally. And if white plays Atari, this is mistake because black will Atari here. And if white will capture, then black can connect, or he cannot connect. If black will connect, then white can cut and all black is dead. So, what to do here for black? To play Atari. Then white will have to cut. and then black will play this. Aha, so in this case it will be ko. And we can see that right now white cannot connect, I mean. If white will connect, black will capture and connect all his stones. So it will be ko, not small. And this is why I decided to play differently. I decided to put pressure on this weakness first. Now if black will cut, then I will play Atari. And if he captures, then his group is dead. So this is unacceptable for black. And what else he can do? If I play here, he plays Atari. Then I capture. And he plays here. And I believe at this point... Okay, at this point I still have to answer. And black can play Tanuki. Because white cannot cut at this point. Because white is Damazumari himself. So there was no chance for black to connect his stones. If white plays correctly, and I played correctly, and I played here, then he played this move, which is kind of good because locally white can play this move, and this shape, this 1-2 exchange is good for white because it helps to protect Moyo more effectively. So my opponent found a good timing to play this move, but it is not Sente. Then I captured, which is also not Sente move. For example, if black will jump here, I will push, he will Atari, I will connect, and he will connect. So white is still dead, but black already managed to go deeper. So my capturing one stone, this move is not Sente, so black should do something to reduce Moyo. But he answered, and then I play here, so... And even here I can cut. Problem is that white is too strong in this area, and it is really hard already for black to make two eyes. Here, if I will play something here, which was my first feeling, then he can cut. And it is really painful, because if I play here, then he will leave. And if I will continue going out, he will also continue going out. And if I play here, he will leave again. So it was important part for white not to make a mistake. So this is why I decided to connect solidly when he played here. And also if I play this move, he plays here. Maybe still I can kill. How? If I play here and here, but he has time to Atari. So this move doesn't work. If I play this move, then he can play here. If I play here, but it is also dead because of this move. Yes, so I could kill this way with move number 3. If play here, then white should not play this, because black will throw in and then Atari. But then, if white connects, black captures, white plays here, black connects, white takes this eye, but then black has space to make another eye in the corner. So white should extend, and black will answer, and then white should play here. And now it is also one eye. So black shape is dead. Black did not manage to increase his eye space enough to make two eyes. And but I killed him with a different technique, but it is same meaning. No way to live. And here I played this move because if I will cut directly, then he will get more forcing moves. on the outside, and I was afraid about placement of f6. I was afraid that he may play here and then ladder my group, and it will be kind of disaster for white. So this is why I protected this weakness. And then he played here, but it is not important. Also, it is not important to do anything here, because, as I said during the game, these stones cannot connect with these stones and at these stones at the same time. So they're kind of too far, and white also has this stone here, which is separating 2 from 2. Yes, and I think at this point already, since black is dead on the top side, since black is totally dead here, and black cannot kill right group, black cannot kill this group, black has no chance. I think it is too big difference now. White has too much. Okay, I think it is enough for this episode. Thank you very much for attention, and see you next time. Bye bye.